find your meaning war. To me, it's something you and my boy. I feel the heat coming off of the blacktop, and it makes me want it more. Because I'm hyped up, out of control. If it's a fight, I'm ready to go. I wouldn't put my money on the other guy. If you know what I know, that I know. It's been a long time coming, and the tables turn around. Cause one of us is going, one of us is going down. I'm not running, it's a little different now. Cause one of us is going, one of us is going down. To find your meaning fun is a fucking drug and guns. I feel the heat coming off of the blacktop, so get ready for another. Good afternoon, everybody. The words circling in my brain. You can treat this like a brother, all the same. Cry like a bitch when you feel the pain. Welcome in, welcome in. Cause one of us is going, one of us is going. Hello, Animal. Welcome in, guys. Robin, how are you?
Mel, thank you, Mel.
Tammy, how are ya? Chick Flick, welcome in, Texas.
Stoned.
Randy, how are ya? Jake Grandma, welcome in. Hey, Jody, Marlisa, how are ya? Heather, Latina, hello. Jessica, how are ya? Animal Lover, welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Jamie, welcome in. Julie, how are ya? Texas Susie. Tracy, welcome. Hello, Feral Tracy. Welcome in. I have to go get my other phone. Hold on. It's a little different now. Cause one of us is going, one of us is going down. One of us is going down. Oh yeah, that yeah. Feral Tracy, if you would do me a favor, please, and thank you guys for the gifts, I appreciate it. Feral Tracy, if you would be so kind as to share in our Discord messages the screenshot I took of the response that I sent you. If you know what I'm talking about. So I've got to charge my other phone up for a few seconds so I can have that ready. So welcome in, folks. Today, you can look at my ceiling for a minute. I got to get the right charger here so I can charge my phone up, my other phone. Happy Friday, y'all. Hope everybody is doing well. I am doing extra well today. Been a busy morning. I had an appointment today with the superintendent that I had for many, many years. Regarding a FOIA request that somebody had asked for. And when I had, when he reached out to me regarding the fact that somebody had requested, that's not what I want. I want to charge this one up. He reached out to me to let me know what was going on. This was, I believe it was Tuesday. Tuesday, he reached out to me. Said, I wanted to let you know, he had called me. He said, I want to let you know that somebody submitted a FOIA request for your teacher's file regarding, your employee file. And, as I had said at the time, I'm not surprised. I knew at some point some scum-sucking pig would try to be a hero and try to find out information about me. Try to do the gotcha moment. Oh, we knew Scammy was lying about everything. And as you'll see, that is not the case at all. I wasn't concerned about it because, obviously, I think that, people that know me on this app know that I'm honest. And, if I had done anything egregious, disgusting, and vile, I would have never, ever come on TikTok in the first place because, that type of information never wants to be out there regarding somebody. And you're just opening yourself up to a bunch of crap if that happens. When I spoke with him a couple days ago, I thanked him obviously for reaching out to me. I thought that was pretty cool. So I messaged him that night and I said, can I come in later this week? I'd like to get a copy of all the documents you're sending. So if this person decides to go live about it, I have everything that they have. So if they manipulate information or if they, say something was in my file that wasn't, that's a major problem because you're FOIAing information, usually not for vile, disgusting reasons like these people do on TikTok. You're doing it for specific reasons. And it's not for harassment or anything like that, which is exactly what this person was trying to do. So I made sure that, I had everything that this person was going to receive. After I met with the superintendent, I went over and spoke with a good friend of mine who's a police officer in the town. Somebody who I have known for, when did I start there? For 16 years. She is somebody that is in the schools a lot, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make sure that if indeed somebody puts out false information from a requested FOIA, if there are legal ramifications for that. And I received the answer that I was looking for. And, I let her know what was going on. And I don't want to say too much, but so she knows what's going on and she's aware of what's going on. So, she said, let me know. Let me know. So, okay. The first red flag of this whole FOIA request is this. And, I said I'm not giving out any names. I'm not going to give out any names. Just trust the process. Hold on a minute. Who's requesting here? I don't see anybody. Trust the process here. I don't want to give out any names. The first thing that was a red flag was that who the FOIA was requested from is a gentleman's email. Okay, it's a gentleman's email and it's a Gmail account. Now, we know how easy it is to make a Gmail account. We all know that. So I saw the person's name, a gentleman's name. It says from, and then it has this gentleman's email. And then, very strangely, at the end of the letter, it has a woman's first name and then the first letter of what I believe is a last name. So, like, for instance, it would say like Amy G. Okay? But that's a huge red flag because you're using somebody's email, but you're signing it by yourself. Now, based on the email and the person who says sincerely, and it has a woman's name with a last letter, we nailed who it is with some deep diving and some research with that. So let me read you what this FOIA request says. Okay. If you ask me and others that I have shared this with, to me it sounds like a big fat chat GPT because as we have known, there are a few people on the side that would like to be privy to information that could destroy me. They're not very bright. And writing up a FOIA request like this, I really honestly don't think that they could have done this on their own. So let me read it. This was sent on Monday, April 13th at 9 a.m. So it says, good morning. Pursuant to the Connecticut Freedom of Information Act, and then it has the general stat number, I respectfully request access to and copies of public records maintained by so-and-so public schools relating to Amy Grasso. And then it says, specifically, I am requesting the following records from January 1st, 2000 to the present. Number 1, any and all written complaints, whether formal or informal, submitted by students, parents, staff, or third parties. Number 2, any records of internal or external investigations, including reports, summaries, findings, and conclusions. Number 3, any disciplinary records, including but not limited to written warnings, reprimands, suspensions, administrative leave, or termination-related documents. Number 4, any correspondence, including emails, between administrators regarding complaints, investigations, or disciplinary actions. And finally, number 5, any settlement agreements, separation agreements, or records reflecting resolution of complaints. If any portions of these records is exempt from disclosure, please provide the non-exempt portions with appropriate redactions and cite the specific statutory basis for each redaction, or withholding. Hold on a minute here. I'm going to open up my Discord. No, Tracy, it's the one, it was a screenshot. It was, well, let me see if if it loaded up on my, in my pictures. I may just have it right here. Let me see. Yes, I have it. I have it. Okay, so, and cite the specific statutory basis for each redaction or withholding. I request that records be provided in electronic format where available to avoid unnecessary copying fees. If there are any fees associated with this request, please inform me in advance if the cost will exceed $50. Whoever's doing this is a fucking brokey. I mean, if they're not willing to spend $50, then they shouldn't be filling out a FOIA request to try to prove something. That's pretty fucking lame. I'm going to tell you that right now. If my request is denied in whole or in part, please provide a written explanation citing the specific legal exemptions relied upon. Thank you for your time and attention to this request. I look forward to your response within the time frame required by law. Let me show you what they sent this person. Why? Because this was the response that they sent back. This letter dated April 30th, 2026 is in response to your request submitted on April 13th, 2026 pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. A diligent search was conducted for records responsive to your request. Based on that search, no responsive records were identified. Accordingly, there is no information to provide. So, you and I know who you are that FOIA requested this. And I'm going to say this here and I'm going to say this now. This person who FOIA requested it, now that they have the response, I expect that this person goes live. And I expect that by Monday morning, they have already gone live. And I expect that they're going to go live and they're going to say, I FOIA requested all of this bullshit, okay? All of this bullshit, written complaints, whether formal or informal, submitted by students, parents, staff, or third party. Any records of internal or external investigations, including reports, summaries, findings, and conclusions. Any disciplinary records, including but not limited to written warnings, reprimands, suspensions, administrative leave, or termination-related documents. Any correspondence, including emails between administration regarding complaints, investigations, or disciplinary actions. Any agreements, separation agreements, or records reflecting resolution of complaints. I am expecting you, motherfucker, to go online and go on a live, whether it's your own platform or you go into someone else's platform, and you come clean and say, you know what? Scammy's been right this whole time. Florida man put out false information about her. Everybody ran with that information. Nobody decided to have a brain for themselves and look it up. And if people actually used common sense, they could have done this. They could have done a Google search for my name and would have realized this has been a line of bullshit going on now for almost a year. But no, these MFers want to move around TikTok, and they want to move around, and they want to make these false allegations, and people believe it, and people believe it, and it continues and it continues, and other people pick it up, and this person picks it up. And then I got to call the police on this one person, and now the person is shut up because I'm not fucking around with this. I had a fantastic career. I enjoyed my career. I did some phenomenal things during my teaching career. And from this point on, if I hear and I see and I get screenshots of one person continuing this lie and this allegation, it is going to turn out very fucking ugly, which is why I talked to the police today. Because I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done. These people have tried to smear my name, smear my career, smear my school district for a long time. And this is the funny thing, okay? And I almost showed my cards about a month and a half ago, and I caught myself. I know all the people on this app that have been pushing this allegation, and that they got their information based on Florida Man. And how do I know that? Because Florida Man was putting out a school district that he said I worked in that I did not. So all the people that were saying the allegations and saying, oh, and Scammy, she's a teacher and she worked in this school district. I did not. And I sat on it and I made a fucking list of everybody that was going on allegations without seeing any proof, just because Florida Man said it, so it has to be true, right? Even though we know he never dealt with receipts. And these MFers went along with it. They went along with it. And that to me was the biggest tell ever. And the fact that the person who FOIA'd this had the correct school district led me to believe that they did a little research and they found it. In a way, I'm happy this happened because I obviously was not going to put out where I worked. I was going to let people continue on thinking that what was being put out there was correct. Because since it was wrong, if people searched it, they wouldn't find anything on me. And they wouldn't find where I work. Because you know what? If you're not involved in schools and you know what's going on, this is a very busy time right now for school districts, especially for a superintendent, especially for an assistant superintendent, especially for their staff, okay? They are working on finalizing graduation for 2 schools, which equal, I want to say over 1,400 kids. They are trying to get a budget passed. They are trying to figure out if the budget doesn't pass, what they have to cut. Are teachers going to be cut? Are we going to have to consolidate buses? Are we going to be able to do X, Y, and Z? They are up to their eyeballs in doing the best thing for the kids in that district, which is exactly what I did for my entire career. But no, we have a moron like this who thinks that they are going to have the major scoop of the century bothering these people that have better things to do than continuing a witch hunt which never existed, which I said 1,000 times never existed, where I had to go to fucking lives over and over again and tell people it didn't exist. It didn't exist. And I told people to show the proof because people showed the proof. Colton, you even went a step farther, Colton, and you said that I actually raped a student. So guess what, Colton? My friend from Massachusetts has been pushing that story since December. So it stops. It stops today. I don't know. There's no other way that this can continue on other than saying, y'all were fucking wrong. And to this person in particular, I have the email and I have your name. And I know who you are. And your ass better get in front of a camera before Monday. Because the information that you put out on this paper is public information, because a FOIA request is public information. And I, as the person that is being asked to have my information put out there, since it's public information, I have the right to request who's requesting it. And I did. And it is 100% legal. I have been waiting. When I had asked the superintendent for that information, I wanted to make sure that it was indeed legal for me to get that information. And after they consulted their town lawyer, absolutely it was fair. Do I recognize the name? Yes, I do. I do. I do. So this person better be in somebody's live or their own live over the weekend. And they better come on there and say, you know what? I was the one who FOIA'd Amy's teaching record and everything that I asked for. And think about all the information that they wanted. Okay, they wanted any time from 2000 to 2023, any letters of anything, whether it was from an administrator, a parent, a student, any civil, any complaints, resolutions to separation agreements, any of that stuff. And again, this is what was sent over. Nothing, because there was nothing. And as I said, if this continues, if people are still alleging this, the butt crack of Satan is going to come up and sit on your face, because I'm not dealing with this anymore. I have enough proof now that I have gotten this out. I have gotten out on TikTok the findings, the same platform that these people are continuing to push these allegations. I know damn well this person that requested this FOIA information knows exactly what I do on this app, and they are they know about my lives, and I know that this person is most likely listening right now. So again, Monday, if that person doesn't come clean, then I will discuss who it is because it is public. I'm giving them a little grace right now to be able to come live and admit the fact that it was wrong information and that they were they were on a witch hunt. I want to show you a video right now. Hold on. I need a sip of my Dunkin' Donuts coffee because you know what? America runs on Dunkin'. Is it a name we all know? Yes, it is. This is a real thing, and I want you guys to please take a look at this and listen, and I'll tell you how you can...
There's a poll going. Guess the FOIA douchebag gets a Dr. Pepper. From 50 Shades completely stocked Dr. Pepper collection. See you today between 12 and 1 Eastern Time. There's a poll going. Guess the FOIA douchebag gets a Dr. Pepper. From 50 Shades completely stocked Dr. Pepper collection. See you today between 12 and 1 Eastern Time. There's a poll going. Guess the FOIA douchebag gets a Dr. Pepper. From 50 Shades completely stocked Dr. Pepper collection. See you today between 12 and 1 Eastern Time.
And I'll tell you what, it's not 50. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely. That's the only person I'll say who it's not. It's not 50, but shout out to 50 for, being so kind as to offer up some Dr. Pepper as a prize for who the correct guess is. So if you would like to take a guess, what day was it requested? It was requested on Monday, April 13th at 9 a.m. So I have, I'm putting together a theory in my head. Trace, do you want to come up here and talk about your theory? Because you had the insight on this. This was your idea. I don't know if you can. I know you're. Oh, let's see here. First of all, I'm still zen. Oh, she's muted. Hold on.
Hey,
I'm still zen.
good.
No, I haven't lost my shit. I did get a little spicy, but I think I was allowed to. Say what you felt about that, the date and time there of the request.
Oh, the theory about, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. So the person that sent the email didn't want to send it off of their own email. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yes, and the time and all that it was sent, remember?
Yes. Sorry about that. So my theory, this person didn't want to send it off their own email address. So they had a family member go to work Monday, 9 a.m. and send it. So that is my theory based off of what I saw that you showed me.
Yep. And let's talk about now a Monday morning after a weekend where people behind the scenes were together and trying to figure out, how are we going to do this? What can we do to, get, to prove to everybody that Scammy did this stuff? What can we do? Oh, I have an idea. Let's FOIA her school district. Let's look up where she is and let's do, okay, yeah, I found where she is. And then, of course, let's chat GPT a FOIA request because we know these people don't have words that have 3 syllables in them in their
Yeah,
vocabulary.
that was way above their IQ
Yeah.
levels. None of them could have wrote that.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
And they chat GPT'd and copied and pasted into a letter. And again, very sus that the email, it's from a email of a gentleman, but then it says sincerely with a woman's name and the first letter of the last name. And surprisingly, this woman's last name starts with the same letter as who the email was sent from, which is a gentleman.
Correct. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this is what y'all can do, folks. You can email me at scammyclaus@gmail.com. Okay, no E in clause. Scammyclaus@gmail.com. You can send your guess as to who FOIA'd my information. And the person that is accurate with it, and it'll be the first email that I get with the right name, I will be sending you some cases of Dr. Pepper to your house. I will DoorDash them to you. If you have a Bojangles, that's another option, and we can talk about that at the
I'll throw
time.
that in. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper and Bojangles. Let's have some fun with this at their expense, though. As I said, this has pissed me off. It really has. I sat here for a long time while people tried to destroy the career I had. I'm very happy that this happened after my father passed away. It would have devastated him knowing that not only was somebody doing this to his daughter, but was trying to tarnish a career in music education that I pursued because of my father. So in that respect, I'm very happy that I didn't have to go through this with him being alive, because I would have told him, I was, anything that had to do with school, and that had been work related, I would have shared with him because he was a wealth of information and advice. It was it was difficult to start my career because of who my father was. And in the state of Connecticut, everybody knew who my father was because of his accomplishments and his accolades that he received, not only in the state, but at the federal level. And when I went for interviews as a new teacher everything that I would always get is, oh, are you Joe's daughter? Oh, are you Joe Grasso's daughter? Every interview I went on was that. And it was a monkey that I had to carry on my back for my entire career, until I paved my own way. And it was tough. And, you know, my career, as anybody who has a job and a career that has worked as long as I did in it, you're proud of that career. You're proud of what you as an individual were able to accomplish. And more importantly, you know, I look back on it as I gave a great education to thousands of kids. You know, I taught thousands and thousands of kids on how to play an instrument. You know, some of those people carried on through middle school and high school and college and became teachers in the state of Connecticut. Some of them went on to become musicians, you know, jazz musicians in New York City, players in, you know, some of the top symphony orchestras in the country. I still get letters from former students thanking me for being their teacher. And it's been tough. It's been tough, you know, trying to pretend that it didn't bother me, but it did. And I feel vindicated. You know, as I said, I'm glad in a way that this happened, because this puts a period at the end of it now. And if it doesn't, God help the person that continues this. So that's that. I mean, that's there's nothing there. There's nothing. And in fact, I am going to post part of the letter that has what they requested. And I am going to post exactly what their response was regarding what the requests were. And that should end it. That should end it. So, and then, you know, I wait for Monday and I see if this person goes live and tells people what they did. Because again, I don't care. I don't care that this person FOIA'd. I don't, because that is their right. You can FOIA information on people if you feel like there's a need. The need for this was no other reason than to try to discredit me on a social media platform. You know, if that's not the epitome of going real life, to dig into somebody's career and their personnel file, I don't know what else is. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that, you know, I understand the law and I understand that it is legal to do that. But I also request that the person who did this vindicate me and say that, in fact, everybody who has been saying all these things is lying. So that's what I hope. And if they don't, that's fine. You know, it is my right as somebody whose background was you know, they were trying to dig into it to find something that wasn't there. It's my right legally to know who the person was. Um, and I would like to confront this person, and I would like them to admit what they found. Hey, Melly Mel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. I just want to tell you how fucking proud I am of you. You stuck to your guns, and this is maybe a little bit of a dig on some of these other people, but you know what? For those that left, deuces, and I'm using middle fingers in the air. That's all I have to say. Thank you. I'm proud of you,
Appreciate it. Thank
and
you.
I'm proud to call you my friend after all these years. Still.
Been a long time with us, Mel.
Yes, ma'am. I was your OG. It was Darla, then it was Mel. Mel ain't going nowhere.
Yep,
Mm-mm.
you're
You got
right.
you got to kick Mel to the curb. Ain't happening. Anyway, I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
That's
Mel.
all I had to say.
Thank you.
All right. Be good. I got to go to work.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you. You know, it's not a truck out there. People could say what they want, about me. But the things that I am most proud of on this app, in terms of what I do on here, is I have always been honest, to a fault sometimes, but I've always been honest. you know and when you have these people that say, oh, Scammy did this, she lied about this and she lied about that, and not only have I proved that people were not upfront about that and were just trying to tarnish me and my platform, every time I asked them to show proof of what I lied about, it never happened. Whenever people had made allegations about me, I said, show the proof. Proof wasn't shown. I've seen a lot of people leave this app because of similar things. I've seen people lose followers because of certain, things like this, where, rather than doing their research and finding out things for themselves, they just go, they're a sheep and they follow the herd. And it's been like almost 2.5 years I've been on here, and they always have not been fun, but I can always say that I have stood my ground on what I believe in, and I believe in being honest, and I believe there's certain things you don't do. You don't beg for money. You don't put your PayPal in your bio, especially if you're doing awareness, or especially if you're a mod for somebody. The message has always been, TikTok is not a street corner where you put a cup out. And I feel like, to an extent, I'm the one of the only people that have stuck to my guns about that. So people could say what they want about me now. People can continue to try to destroy my character. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And those of you that are still questioning who I am, I think you need to question who y'all followed, or who you all follow, because those are the people. Those are the people that are not honest, and those are the people that have changed. Did you have something to add, Trace? You
I
can't. No,
disagree
you
100% with everything.
you came off. You came off mute. I didn't know if you had something to say.
No, but I completely agree with everything that you're saying. Absolutely.
No. Baby on board. Aren't you the bully, Mercy May? What?
No.
That isn't.
No. I know who they're talking about, but you
Yeah,
have nothing to do with that person. So
yeah, I know. I know who that
yeah,
person is too.
bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye. Don't start your crap.
Oh no, they didn't. They didn't. That wasn't her,
No.
was it?
Okay. No.
So,
No.
you know, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. Can Tracy sing us an intermission song? There is no intermission. There is no
No.
intermission. I'm almost done here. Na na
Yeah.
na 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 na. No, that's all I wanted to put out there. As I said yesterday, I was going to show everybody. I was going to read it. I was going to tell you what was in it, and I was going to tell you what wasn't found in my file. And it was every single thing that people said that I did, and it wasn't in my file. So, yeah, where is Peppy? Peppy needs to do our. He needs to do our. Who are we sponsored by today? I just saw it.
I just invited him. There he is.
Diagnosis. What's up?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi.
Look at you. Got makeup on and everything.
I did. Listen, I very rarely do this because I'm very I'm very stingy with my money, especially when it comes to me. I'd rather use it for my son and my wife and stuff like that. So, my feeling is always, why am I going to put makeup on around the house? I'm not trying to impress anybody here. I think I have impressed. It's been 23 or 4 years. I can get away with it. But when I go out into public, especially when I go to see former colleagues and all that, I like to do a little something, something. So
That was your warrior paint for today.
You know what? Warrior paint, that's a good name for it. I think you should wear it more. You look very pretty. Oh, thank you. Please play the diagnosis. Oh, the second video posted. Let me check it. Diagnosis. I hope you put in the information.
There's a poll going.
Hold on. Let's see here. Oh boy. Let's see this. Thank you for the compliment. You know how to make an old wait, what did MJ refer to me? Not elderly. What did she say? An older lady or an old lady or something like that?
I don't remember.
Well, you make an old lady feel good, and here's the difference between me and MJ. I can't control my age. That's something that keeps moving. We can't control that. But what you can control is being an asshole and a dry beggar. And that's all I'm saying.
Old bag. That was it. She called you an old bag.
Call me an old bag. Shit.
Look, a fake wall.
Okay, here we go.
As usual, I take the joy from everyone. I'm not sorry to announce that this vending machine needs repair. I'm here to take 50 Shades Dr. Pepper collection. It was completely scheduled. There's nothing unusual about this. As usual, I take the joy from everyone. I'm not sorry to announce that this vending machine needs repair. I'm here to take 50 Shades Dr. Pepper collection. It was completely scheduled. There's
Kind of
nothing
like the
unusual
claw
about
machine.
this.
That's awesome. Kind of like the claw machine. Diagnosis. I have never asked you to make a video for me. But I'm going to ask you if you could make one for me that has to do with the FOIA request. And if you can put on there that Scammy is having what would you call it? Not a raffle, but a competition or something to see who wants to take a guess as to who the FOIA request was written by. And a sweepstakes. There you go. Yeah, we can use
There
sweepstakes.
you go.
Diagnosis. If you can make a video with my email address, Scammyclaus with no e at gmail.com, and tell people that they can email me their name of who they think it is. And the winner will receive either Dr. Pepper or Bojangles from me, or both. Who the fuck knows? We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling.
That's right.
And all submissions have to be in by early Monday morning, and you can only submit once. I think that's pretty good, right?
He's running a goddamn raffle now. Wonder where all that money's coming from and all the things.
Hey, I'll even take a guess from Snarky Poo if she wants.
I was thinking more like a video of them opening the envelope and having just moths fly out of it and nothing in.
Right?
That'd be great.
But yeah, I'm here for it. So, if we can get that video up, if you would be so kind, Diagnosis, I would appreciate that.
Well, Bojangles is here.
So it's not Snark. No, it's not Snark. I'll give you that too. It's not Snark. See, so the names are narrowing down a little. Good job, whoever did that.
Huh?
Couldn't afford the stamps.
What was that?
I said you couldn't afford the stamps to send it in.
Well, whoever it was very, clear that if it was more than $50, they had to be, contacted first.
Isn't that funny, that $50 mark?
Oh, somebody's
Yeah,
broke.
Maybe they could.
So were we right in our guesses in the chat? Was that correct, or is it someone else?
I'm not telling you.
Can you finance it for you?
Finance it for you.
Pennies and pennies.
You do payments. You do afterpay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with what is it? There's something through PayPal that if you buy something, you could pay it over 3 weeks.
Oh, pay later. Yeah, you can do the pay.
Now pay later.
Pay later for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that a school district probably won't take that, but
Do you get 2% cash back when you pay for a FOIA?
4 easy installments. Oh man, I'll tell you.
3 FOIAs and the 4th is free.
Right, exactly. I'll tell you. Honestly, and the people in these boxes right now are some of the people that I am probably closest to on this app, and
Shh, don't tell anybody.
it has been a roller coaster of emotions. It really has. And I am very lucky to have people that didn't do what a lot of people did on this app, which is to believe all the crap that was being spread around. And it's sad because there are people that left because of it, and it was people that would be in my chat that I really liked, and but they're going to be the ones now that are going to sit there and think, wow, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. But you know what? As someone please boot Benny.
Yeah,
Light.
I already got Benny. Benny's bye-bye. Bye.
What did Benny say?
Oh, Benny wanted to know if the Dr. Pepper was going to go about the same way as the lunch you had promised some police officers. They're being a smart aleck.
Yeah. That was a tough one. I'm not even going to get into that.
No, don't even.
You and I know exactly what went down there, so we don't need to.
Oh, Benny.
But it's I appreciate all the mods
that stayed, and we're still in here, and all the people that have that come into my lives, because it has been tough. It has been a roller coaster. There's some days that I've been great, and some days where I just didn't really want to talk about anything. But that's changed now. I feel like I have a burden off my shoulder. I feel like I'm vindicated. I feel like um, I have a plan of action now after speaking, with law enforcement as to, what the next step is if something happens, because, this doesn't have to do with my police now. This has to do with the police that I taught in, because that's where the false allegations are being made. So I do feel I do feel vindicated, which is a nice feeling. I mean, I knew the whole time, obviously, that it was disgusting, what was being put out there. But in a way, I'm glad this person did it, because they thought that they were going to do something big, and it didn't happen. And I have the proof now that shows that it didn't happen without me having to, go to my district and say something. So,
What makes
Cricket wants to know if you were
like I think
surprised.
am I surprised by what, the person
Yeah.
who FOIA'd? Um, no, no.
Mm-mm.
I think what
Nope.
makes it worse for that person is, a lot of people that followed FM, they knew what he was saying was bullshit. They went along with it, but at the end of the day, they knew it was bullshit.
Yep.
But someone foiling it genuinely shows that they, for some reason or another, actually believe him in some way with no proof. And it's sad, that people are so easily gullible.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, they're still out here fighting for a man who's sitting in jail for crimes, multiple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, it reminds me of the Wade Wilson women, who are
Yes.
all over that man
Yep.
after he, unalived multiple women. It's really weird. But
Hey,
yeah, it
look
shows
at
they actually believed it.
anybody who's done horrible things. There's always people, that are still supporting the person, whether it's, their son or daughter, whether it's an ex, whether it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whether it's just somebody, that was like kind of like a cult figure. You look at like Ted Bundy. He used to have women that went to court all the time in support of him, and they just did it because they thought he was like very handsome and sweet. And what? You know? Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're into serial killers, I guess you're right. What? You know?
If he was
Um,
attractive, I would kind of, I mean, even then I wouldn't get it, but at least there would be a physical, some reasoning. But we all, like, there's not even that there. I don't get it. Like,
no,
it
no,
would make it any better, but at least I would see there would be a lust there, but
I
there's
don't
not
think
even
Ted
that.
Bundy was ugly. I thought he was kind of handsome. He was
Yeah, I mean, some
smart.
of
He
the
was
ones
very
who were
smart.
psychos, that had followers, at least were somewhat attractive, so I don't know.
I know what you're saying. I
Wow.
mean, look at
Yeah.
somebody like Charles Manson. I mean, that guy was not attractive.
Ugh, no.
And you see the women that were completely brainwashed by him. And I believe two of them are still in. Are they all still? I think one of them passed away. I think two of the women are still in prison. So yeah,
Uh,
Jim Jones is another one. You get these people, and listen, I'm not saying that Florida Man is as bad as those people are. I would not put Florida Man up to a level of a Jim Jones or a, Charles Manson or anything like that. Um, Comparing, what they did criminally, but in terms of the following, there are parallels to a lesser degree with Florida Man, because what Jim Jones would tell people to do and what Charles Manson would tell people to do, or what they would say was the truth, these people believed, no questions asked. That is the parallel. These people that followed Jim Jones and Charles Manson were people that believed in them because they were very articulate when they spoke. They were very, you have Jim Jones who used religion as a pull to get people to move with him. You had Manson who was kind of like anti-government and anti the man, and was attracted, kids from that era in the 60s where it was a mess already in terms of what was going on in this country. People that wanted to feel like they belonged somewhere. And the fact that these gentlemen were giving them the time of day meant everything to these people who had nothing, in terms of families or anything like that. And that was, I believe, a big pull, that Florida man did have on some of these people. When people left legitimate creators, and I could think of off the top of my head two people that I used to know. When you go over to what we like to refer to as the other side, that is that's a step down, because when you see the quality of people that are on this side and in, except for Pep, in our chats and all that, the people are totally different than what was attracted over there for a number of reasons. And I'm sure I will catch heat for that, but I don't care. I will every day. I will every day put the morality of my followers up against the morality of Florida Man's followers any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
It's hard out here being a pimp.
I know. And your pole dancing career. I know that it's hard, because of your toe fungus to get the money you need.
Yes. Yes, I'm under contract too. I have to stick around.
Hey,
That's what she said.
good money for feet pics.
Well, it's funny. It's funny, one besides a couple good things that happened. One good thing that happened is next fall I will be doing some subbing in my old district. So that's nice. That's it's a nice chunk of change for 6-7 hours of work, and get a little extra money in there, put some away, in a little account for my son when he goes to college, so he can have some spending money that he will need to budget. That'll be nice to do that. So that's I'll be starting that in the fall. Probably only 2 days a week, maybe 3, depending if they really need me. I could go for 4 days, but so we'll see. But again, why am I able to do that? Because I retired from there.
You could be the cool sub.
Now, the good thing is that I will not know any of the kids anymore, which is great. Because that's one of the reasons why I waited so long. I didn't want to go back to a school where I had them when they were younger or anything like that. I didn't want to sub and have people say, "Oh, I remember you, Miss Grasso. You used to be the music teacher at the elementary school. You taught me how to play trumpet." Something like that. Those kids by this point will be later years. They will be in high school, and I'm not going to be doing that level. So,
Scam's going to try to rope you into a cruise.
Oh, there's not a lot of roping that has to be done. Believe me. I will. I'm almost ready to do that again. So.
Scammy slamming cruise.
I'm getting close. So you and I will talk, Scam. But listen, that's all I got. It's a lot of this today, emotional wise. I'm glad it's over. Again, I'll say it one more time to the person who FOIA'd. I hope tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday you do go live and you come clean and say, yeah, I did FOIA. I FOIA'd this stuff and there was nothing there. So, I hope that happens. Scammyclaus@gmail.com. Send me your guess as to who FOIA requested. And again, the first person that has the right answer will get a DoorDash delivery from me with at least Dr. Pepper in it, if not something else. Maybe a coupon for what's our favorite tire place there, Pep?
That would be TireEasy.com. TireEasy.com.
Where you can get name brands for less.
You know, your next
Tyrese.
live after that, you could set up a poll with like the top choices, the top guesses. Of course, their usernames, not the real name, and
Right.
then do that before
That's a good idea. We'll poll the masses. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that Sunday night late. I'll do a quick live with like the top 4 guesses, and we'll run the poll and see who everybody thinks. And then on Monday, if the person does not put the information out that they received and they requested, then I'll do that. And this person can reach out to me, and I've given my email out now a bunch of times. I just want to know why. I just want to know why.
I think at the end of the day, the weak-kneed bitch that did it's not going to do anything, and Monday we'll find out anyway. But it shows the character. That's all.
Yeah, I would just like to know why. And if I want to know now that they're satisfied that there was nothing there.
Well, they'll never be satisfied. They'll just create their own narrative, just like they've been doing right along. But at least and we know. We've lost 60 people that were here to hear the original news. So
Scammy, can I play a song and you tell me if it would have any meaning?
Breezy, stop yourself.
I'm going to cover my mouth.
It's not explicit. It's not explicit.
No, I'm going to cover my
just
mouth.
Think deep about it.
I'm going to cover my face.
Tell me if it would make any sense.
Hold on.
It's driving her crazy.
I know it is.
I gotta know.
Let me see if that. Oh, you're not going to be able to read anything. Hold on. Let me get a good background here. Because I'm actually going to run outside quickly. Here, we'll put this one back on here. Okay, play your song.
Hold on, hold on, you get ready again.
Oh, God. I just got up from the couch and that wasn't easy. That's pretty fucking sad.
I think we heard your knee click.
You did. That was my knee.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Shit.
The old bag.
All right.
Alexa, pause. So does that mean anything, Scammy?
Be in the corner and felt like losing my religion. Trying to keep I don't get it.
Well, just think of the song and the band and meaning, anything that could mean.
Who's the band? I forgot. That wasn't my kind of music.
3 letters. That is, I think it's a dream. London got it.
REM.
Does that mean anything?
The only parallel with that name in my life right now is the fact that since I'm on my trazodone, I'm actually achieving REM sleep now.
Okay. All right. I was just had to make my guess.
Yeah, no, that's the only that's the
And I was
only
like, it's a fun way to make the guess.
Wah,
yeah, no,
wah,
that's the only
wah.
that's the only REM I'm tied in with my life right now. And that's REM
Gotcha.
sleep, which is wonderful.
It is.
B Jean, did you want to come up here? I have a couple requests. I don't know if you guys actually
Lloyd
want
was
to.
requesting earlier. I don't know if she meant to or not.
I posted hints. Oh, you sent your guess? Good, good. We'll see. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Well, listen, folks, I am gonna get I know I can hear it now. I'm gonna get off now.
That's what she said.
Thank you. My son has a baseball game today, and I have to pick him up and drop him off at the field before the game. So I got to leave here in about 15 minutes. But yes, let's get on. I'm so mad at you, Scammy. I don't like this game. Oh well, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna get bit. I'm gonna go through emails tonight. But again, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for your support. Um, as usual, Tracy, Pep, and Breezy today. Thanks for coming up in the boxes. I appreciate the banter and the wittiness. Thank you for everybody in the chat for coming in. The 100 people or so that left after I divulged the information. You can have a bags too. You can have a bag too that I'll hand out to you. And you know what's in that bag. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'll come on Sunday night, like later, like 9 o'clock or so, and we'll do a quick poll as to who you think it is.
Ooh, a
And
teaser, a teaser.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I don't plan on coming on, for anything like this over the weekend though. So have a good one. Thanks, guys. Have a beautiful rest of your Friday and a great weekend. And I will see you for a more long length lives sometime next week, Monday or Tuesday. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everybody.
bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Sing us out, Trace.
No. No.
Oh,
Na 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 na